Right, shalom, shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises unto Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone, and honors to you brothers out there on the highways and the byways teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. Real quick, just want to do a video going into the mark of the beast. I just want to show you something, man. All right, now it's no coincidence that you have a lot of tattoo artists that actually implant people with these RFID chips, because it's all the same principle in a way. You know, tattoo artists engrave people, they carve into them, and using ink, they print marks upon people. All right, using needles. Let me show you. So usually that's why when you, I'm just going to show you right here. And actually, let me just keep it like this. What you see here in this video is most videos is actually not a medical nurse or whoever is actually doing these chippings. It's usually a tattoo artist or a body piercer. If you notice, this guy's got a lot of tattoos. When you more time, you'll find that body piercing and tattoos, they're all done by the same practitioner. So this dude here,
better known as Gonzo, he's a local body piercer.
He's a body piercer, ink factory tattoos and body piercings. All right, because tattoos and body piercing goes hand in hand. It's all based upon the use of needles. All right, stakes. Yeah, whatever you want to call them. All right, they're metal objects which are sharpened to a point, which are used to pierce or carve into.
With 17 years.
Sometimes they got ink delivery. Sometimes they're putting a ring in there.
Years of experience, who was brought in to implant the microchips. I was slightly nervous about having the microchip.
So that just shows you right there the link between the charagma. It's all associated with the same thing. It's because it's using the same utensil. All right, it's all charagma. Right now, what I wanted to show is when we go into Revelation, the 13th chapter. All right. Right. And you get the word mark. Okay, now, okay, boom. And we get the word mark right here. Charagma, right? A stamp imprinted mark. That's the first definition. Like your tattoo art is something carved into sculpture, graven work. All right. Now, if you go down to the Strong's definition, it says here, from the same as G5482, a scratch or etching. Yeah? All right, a scratch or etching. All right? Through the idea of scratching. Now, I found that quite interesting because one of the things that nurses tend to tell people when they're about to inject them is you're going to feel a sharp scratch. Right? It's just true, man. All right, no, nurses no longer say you'll feel a little prick. This is on a blog right here. I just want to get straight to the point. The phlebotomists have all now been instructed to refer to it as a scratch. I think it sounds horrible. I much prefer the other word. Right? A lot of nurses now, if you go and get an injection, they'll actually tell you that it's going to feel like a sharp scratch. All right? No, it's not just a sharp scratch. This morning I went for my latest blood test, which I have roughly every 6 months or a year. I can't even remember, as I have so many of them because of my thyroid condition, which is very severely blah, 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 blah. This morning, I hardly had to wait 5 minutes, and the procedure itself took less than that. What annoyed me was something the nurse said, that just before she put the needle in, which they seem to say to a lot of people these days, they even say it casually on Casualty, which is like a doctor kind of program, sitcom over here. Those words are, you'll feel a sharp scratch. See, that's a spirit, because what does it say? It's a scratching. All right. Listen. Let's get this. The mark of the beast, man, is the implantable RFID chip. Okay. Yeah. Charagma. See what this guy's doing? He's using a sharp pointed instrument.
Chip inserted inside my body,
all right,
given the size of the needle, and also nervous about what it could potentially mean for me, but here we go.
And that chip that he puts into the man's hand has information written in it. That's why it can be read by an RFID
it's in there.
reader.
Pretty quick and easy.
Yeah? You are now marked. Yeah? Just as much as this guy on the right has those markings on his skin, this guy now has a marking which can be read, not with the eyes, but with an electronic device known as a reader. Yeah, and that reader reads it just as you read with a book. It's the same principle. It's information, zeros and ones being read. All right? That's what it is. Same principle. Yeah. You could do that with cattle. People do that with their dogs. All dogs in the UK have to be chipped, and they are identifiable by that chip. Yeah, it's the same principle as if you were to brand, or if you were to etch a mark or tattoo. It's an identifying mark. It's not rocket science like we're dealing with, and it's evident because we're showing you it happening.
I feel like a cyborg.
Here you go, you're a proud member now.
Indeed, part of the club.
And that chip now has information on it, which can be read. I don't understand. What's the big deal here? That's why when you go, let's go back, see if we can get into it. That's the whole point of the mark. It has to have, it signifies something. It has information. Let's go back into it. Right, what does this say? It's also linked with the word grapho, to write, with reference to the form of letters. What's on the chip? Information that has been written electronically, to write with reference to the contents of the writing. What does it say down here? To grave, especially to write, figuratively, to describe. Describe. What does the chip do? It describes something. You. That's why if they put the chip on an Apple or the chip on some form of product, when you take that product up to the scanner doesn't scan the apple and say that's an apple. It scans the chip, and the chip describes this is an apple. Yes, I don't know. That's why it's called a radio frequency identification chip, man. I don't know, man. Look, it's either you're gonna get it or you don't. All right. If you don't believe that the RFID is the mark of the beast, then hey, enjoy it. You know, maybe you could tell me about it afterwards. All right. do what you got to do. We gonna do what we got to do, man. That's the bottom line. But we can't make it more plainer, man. All right. We can't make it more plainer. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.